So, hello, thanks for waiting. Sorry, our most boring draft ever, but we're excited. So, in terms of trades, obviously. Again, I mean, of course, every GM says they're shocked the guy's available. You know, Isaiah was, you know, someone we were targeting big time. We feel like shooting is, you know, something we can't get enough of on the team, you know, with our plans going forward. I mean, this guy, one of the best shooters coming to college in a while. You know, he's a big athlete. He'd have the highest vertical of anyone in the NBA last year at the one spot. He's short, but he's thick, so he's not a liability defensively. Tough kid, really good kid. It's not just lead three-point shooter, but can take people off the bounce. Can really fill it up and do it efficiently, which everyone knows we like. So just talk to him. You know, great kid, excited. That's it for moves, shockingly. So, but that's but we were looking at lots of scenarios, and this was the best for us. So.
How surprised or disappointed are you that that's it for moves?
Excited. I mean, you know, our obviously our off season is more focused on free agency this year, at least in terms of what can help now. But Isaiah is someone ready to play. I mean, he's obviously multiple, you know, coming out as a senior. I told Isaiah's got a lot of pressure, you know, and to remind him he got picked out of Chandler Parsons, so he's got a lot to live up to. You know, in terms of our second-round picks, which is totally unfair, but I think he'll live up to it. I really see a kid who's going to succeed.
How do you see him fitting into the? You got multiple point guards. How do you see him fitting in?
You do need three usually, so he'll be third point guard, and probably spend a lot of time dominating with the Vipers. And someday we hope he helps us. I mean, that's all our picks. We pretty much put at the Vipers. I think Chandler's been one of them, maybe one or two haven't, but he'll probably go down, show what he can do, and my guess, given how tough he is and hard working he is and how good he is, you know, pretty soon, sometime during the season, Coach McHale will be like, hey, you can't have him with the Vipers anymore. Be my guess, but you know, obviously we've had success with second-round picks, but the odds are bad, so you know, we'll see. So he'll probably start with the Vipers.
Of all of his skills, what do you like the best about him?
I mean, shooting. Shooting, but it's in a package of, I mean, it's like, even though he's 6 feet tall, he's an average rebounder, really safe with the ball, can shoot both open, guarded, and off the bounce, attacks the hoop well. I mean, really does it all on offense, and then on the defensive end, because he's strong, and in terms of like his physical, because he's strong, low center of gravity. That helps him on the defensive end, and an athlete. So you're getting a big athlete at that spot too.
Can you give us an idea of how many trade scenarios came up over the course of the night?
I mean, it's really every team in the league. I think the league has gotten great at picking, gotten great at being sophisticated with trades and scenarios. We were limited this year by what we could do because, of our plans in free agency, and we need to be more focused on cap room and things like that. So every team's looking at a million scenarios, and we looked at them, and this was the best one for us for today.
You mentioned the focus on cap room. Was tonight an opportunity to do whatever needs to be done in that regard, or are you still confident you can do it whenever you need to?
Yeah, we're 100% confident that we will be set up well.
100% means you have it in your pocket.
100% is we know that we can execute what we want to execute.
What I'm saying is it done?
there's no agreed upon trade at this moment, if that's what you mean.
It is.
Okay, no. So,
Daryl, when did he start coming on your radar? I'm sure you guys have watched him multiple times. His junior year he was a standout. Is that when you first thought, wait a minute, here's a guy that might work out down the line, or has it been?
yeah, I mean, I think if you look at history of the draft, point guards do better later. They get passed over early because of size, things like that. Small school guys get passed over, although it's changing. You know, obviously, we had a rookie of the year coming from a small school, Jeremy Lin, our starter. You know, not a small, well-known school, but small by basketball standards. So I think, you know, it's been a place where, because it's just harder for colleges to know who's going to be good at the one spot, at the 5 and the 4. He's tall, he's big, he's long, he's athletic. It's easier for them to pick out the ones. The 5s and the 4s. So a lot of really good guards end up going to smaller schools just because, you know, the colleges aren't as efficient at sort of allocating the talent across the programs. And so I just think it's still a pool that's sort of undervalued. It's still a pool that has done well later. And, you know, that factored in. In fact, all the guys we liked, we didn't think Canaan would be there. All the guys we liked when we were getting to our pick were all ones. And it had nothing to do with we were focused on getting a 1, because I think people know we're trying to get, you know, the best guy there. It just so happened, history repeated itself. We thought the best players that were sliding were ones, and in our opinion, obviously, and we'll see what history says about it.
How much input did Coach have on the pick?
Coach, limited. I mean, by choice. I mean, I think he's. We really like getting his input. I think he gave us sort of broad spectrum of like, hey, shooting might be a little more important, and the guy who can help now. You know, we think we're about to be in a situation where we're going to be very sort of move constrained with our room, and so guys who come in on second round deals who can help now have extra value for us. So I think guy who can play now, guy who has the skill we need, guy who still has upside with athleticism, all those things, you know, factored in a little more this year.